Practice is for rookies.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
Well, I think the last time I've driven there was RSRA about 2 years ago, so
Then we're back.
don't mind that track.
We're not live yet.
We're live.
Someone,
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother and Scotty Rankin last night, and we're going, "Oh, what track's next?" And we had a look at it, and I just, we're not live, are we, John?
We are.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
No, I can't
suppose-
say what I said.
Is Reese to go a relative of the Collingwood player?
I don't
Jordan,
know. I don't know, but do you think he's
I
a Collingwood
reckon-
supporter?
I reckon I'd love $1 for every time he was asked that, though.
So what you're saying
Yeah.
is he's got no teeth?
No, I didn't say
He's got
that.
one.
Well,
Hang on,
I'd say he
hang on.
wasn't. He's not in jail, so.
Oh, come
Are
on.
we live yet?
Yeah, we
Not
are.
yet, not yet. All right.
Oh, live yet?
Right.
Go the D's. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, it's after 9.
Righto,
It's
let's hit play. Keep going here.
The
Let's go just a second for some people to get back on, and then we'll get going again.
Looking at Reese right now. That's
Yeah.
a
Paused on Reese.
nice paint job. Saying, is it saying Conti or Cowie?
Cowie, I think.
Cowie.
And having the Sim Rigs banner on, I'd say he's done a bit of SRW stuff. And we're back, round 2, yeah. Hopefully it's the last round. Righto, what are we up to? 5, I'll give it a couple more seconds. Yeah, so that was a bit of fun. They're doing a lot of work around town for fibre to the building. So I think getting a bit of back flack from a lot of that going on in my neighbourhood.
Are they taking it from your building and giving it to someone else?
Yeah, if we add fibre to the building. 6, 10 concurrent viewers. Righto, I think we might just kick this off and keep it rolling. Still plenty of laps to go. So we got Pete Baxter in the lead from Adrian Zeal. Andrew Galley in 3rd. Hazard and Korolev just in the pits. Van Ree in 6th. Fritz Christensen in 7th. 8th is Mark Dial. 9th is Russell Gander. And 10th is Darren Walden from Angry Birds. So I'll light the wick and keep this going. So Gowie doing really well. A bit of pressure though with Marshy behind him. Bruce saying that I've put money in the payphone. Here we go. So
This is a really good part. This is a good part of the race, right? Because I had more field than everyone else, so I got a championship point, and I'm saying to my brother on the thing, I go, "Woohoo, I've got a point, I've got a point."
Funny, I got a mate of mine in the UK, and putting money into when you're renting, putting money into the power meter is the thing in your house.
Oh God, that's a bit different. Lanyon just got his way past Barrington. Hyundai in front of him here at this stage still. He's going to drop back onto Reese. Where'd he go? He's battling away quite well. So of course, banners. We've given everyone a free ride this week with banners. But next week, expectation for everybody to be running the racecraft simulations banners. And so starting next week, Race Control will be giving a warning out for the first time. I think it's 10 points for the second time, and I think the third time is a DSQ. So everyone needs to get the banner sorted.
What if racecraft is already everywhere else on your car? Do you still need it on the banner?
Yep.
Just asking for a friend.
All the more reason. And Reese.
Ooh.
I'm going to bring a couple of guests up, John.
Yep. Here we Mr. Gumley and Mr. Lanyon, how are we, boys?
There you go. Well, yourself?
Yeah, going good. Yes. Broadcast dropped out there.
Yeah, it dropped out.
Yeah.
I got it back going.
Yeah, I was only in the green room with Landon just having a chat, so I'll leave you go.
No, you're up. You can welcome to
You
join
can
us.
hang around. More the merrier.
Running lap 24 of 57. A long way to go. And Andrew Johnston here, the old team boss El Supremo. He's having a reasonably good drive in the 20th. Being hunted down by Darren Friend. still get distracted every time I pull up behind one of the old mates and sons and see chubby buns. And I just do that whole Homer Simpson drooling at a burger.
Don't worry, there's a semi-chubby in there.
Nah. We went when I was in Sydney earlier this year. We went up to Chubby Buns and had a feed. Probably one of the best burgers I have had in an extremely long time.
No, I did hear that.
And Baxter and Galley is in. Of course, Gunter really enjoyed that special Greek sauce on his chicken burger.
But I mean, every time you see the back of one of those Chubby Buns cars, you got to get right up the back and smell it, right? And you go, can I smell that Chubby Bun? No, I'll go past it now. I'll go and look for a McDonald's, something else. But,
and Russell Gander, the man,
Oh.
his debut race, he's going to come across the line and take a 1 point.
oh, to be honest, mate, I reckon Russell's someone we're going to look out for. I reckon he's somebody in Split 3 who will give us some surprise results through this season. He's a guy who has driven in Veterans Gaming Australia in a team that I've been associated with, and he's when he finds it, he's coming along. But when he finds it, he'll have some speed on his day, and I think it's someone we'll all have to sort of just keep an eye on, because he mightn't be there all the time, but he will be there at some stage.
No, I've done a few races now against him in Apex League. So, and there goes me Clifton off for a bit of a spin. Is it going? And good little battle here with Pete Keller here.
So Reese is back in chat, so you can ask him his question about his surname and his relations if you like.
Yeah, I think somebody asked Reese before, do you know anything about football?
No, it was me. Yeah.
It was you, was it, Mark?
Is he any relation to Jordan DeGoey? I believe his name is. Sorry, I don't have the chat up. I've just got the stream up, so I can't see what's going on in the chat.
Hopefully we'll find out sooner or later.
Yep. It's a good little battle here.
If you are, we don't hold anything against you, by the way.
Well, being
Well,
honest, what I might.
Me personally, I don't. Even though I break them up.
Ed, stay off the wall there, son.
Oh, Ed.
Ed.
God.
At least Ed didn't have me screaming in his ear to make it happen this time, like he didn't qualifying, poor bastard.
We might see how Anita's getting on. And
We'll just meet you next week, Bruce.
I haven't got Scott Gamble here, but I'm going to have to rely. I've got my hands, not my hands, I've been given some information from Scott Gamble's little media spy. So, Anita Buckland, Nee Meredith, is a newcomer to iRacing. Been doing a few seasons now in Split 3 with us boys and getting a bit faster. And of course, she joined iRacing, or joined Vets, to do something with her husband Gary. They live in a small town of Bacchus Marsh in Victoria. She runs a CSL direct drive of triples, and being blonde, she uses the BMW wheel because that's the only thing she can spell. She came over from England.
Very harsh.
I didn't write this.
You're on your own with this one, John.
I didn't write this.
You might want to put that shovel down, mate. I think you get yourself in trouble.
She came over from England as a child. During high school, she was over the moon to be picked as the part of Sandy in a High School Musical of Greece. As Olivia Newton-John was her idol, as she'd come from England as a young girl as well. These days, she can be seen painting and visiting Crystal Castle and looking at the leather bondage gear. She's recently, quite quietly, she recently tried to overtake a truck through the Avenue of Honour, to unfortunately realise the truck was turning right and got the car stuck under the truck trailer. Brand new car, totally destroyed. But the fact she's there racing at the moment means that she's still all in one piece, which is great to see. And a few weeks ago, she was banned from a local bingo hall for threatening an 80-year-old for telling her off for talking. So to Anita, congratulations on reaching 50 races with us at Vets, and we look forward to many more.
Just a quick question about the blue flags. You are to give way when it's safe to do so, or as soon as you feel it's safe to do so. You don't have to pull over straight away. Is that correct?
You
No,
don't
so
have to. Yeah, you get Rich.
You know, but not.
Once the gap closes to within 0.8 of a second, I believe it is, you have one full lap to let the lapping car get past you. Now, you don't have to pull off straight away. You can run wide at a corner. You can do it however you want to do it, as long as you don't put the faster car and the passing car in any danger in doing so. But you have one full lap, so people can get as irate as they like because you're not out of their way, but they've got to give you that bit of time to do so as well. So.
Because I was spectating someone last night and they had a bit of an incident around turn 2 and they ended up copping a post-race penalty. I don't know if they clipped the other car. The other car didn't lose any positions, but they ended up copping a post-race for it. Just wasn't fully aware of the conditions on why he got that. But anyway.
Alright, so who was it? My bad.
Craig Rose. Craig Rose. Turn 2.
If only we had
I
race
think he had
control in this session.
Yeah, if only you had race control. Let me look back at the spreadsheet. Mine's not quite as long as some of the other boys.
I think he had a bit of a whoopsie do as he was exiting turn 2, which he might have clipped the other car. I'm not 100% sure. But just
What
trying to
lap was it?
clarify that rule up.
I can't even find him. What lap was it? You know?
Oof.
What's his car number? Some of the spreadsheet wasn't working properly last night. So
It was, I believe, Matt Beale, I believe, and Craig Rose. Yeah, can't tell the lap, but doesn't matter. It's not
Reg,
that
you're not blaming
important.
your
Just
tools. You're
curious.
not blaming your tools ready, are you, Reg? Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. If you could see all the holes in the spreadsheet when you punch your car number in. Is your car
Oh, but
130?
I've seen it, don't worry.
Yes, 130. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I guess the point is-
Good one. Here we
I guess
go.
the point is with blue flags you don't have to pull over straight away, right? So
Yeah.
No, you don't.
you need to do is you stick to your line, and a faster driver should be able to have a go. And I mean, you don't block them,
No.
but you know, if you get a chance to let them through, you let them through. And to be honest, I actually thought in the main, right, there might have been one or two, and there was one or two called out. But in the main, everybody was like super cool with the lapping cars last night. It was one or two corners, and it was a fairly open and free race. So I thought it was pretty good. I did have a look, go back and have a look at the call, and my young brother who's just joined us and done the Anita thing. It's his first year of racing. This last night was his first league race ever. He's learning a lot of things.
That was a hell of a situation.
Gave him some tips, and he'll learn and get better, and hopefully he'll get a little bit faster and more competitive. So it's that's what we're here for, right? So
Yeah, the more laps under your belt, the more confident you are, and
But going back to the car 130 incident, having read the notes and refreshed my memory a little bit, off the top of my head, he's come around turn 2. He's gone pretty wide and ended up going fairly slow. And what's actually happened is he's come straight back across, basically swerved into the other car.
that's fair enough.
Caused the contact. As a result, we would have asked him to redress. For whatever reason, I don't have the notes on that, but the redress
Yeah,
available.
there wasn't a redress. It was just straight post-race penalty, which I think because he wasn't quite in control of the vehicle, which is why that's happened. And post-race penalty. Look, I'm not saying it's fair enough, but I was just curious to know exactly why that was. That's all.
The post-race penalty would have been given because there was no opportunity for a redress to happen.
Yeah.
But
I didn't think. Not that I didn't think it was fair or anything. I was just curious to know on
absolutely
why that happened, because he didn't really lose any time. There might have been a scrape. I didn't see Matt go sideways or anything on track. I saw him basically continue on. It was just
I'd
There's some good
have
news.
to look back through the replay to see exactly what happened to Matt as a result.
look, I wouldn't stress.
But that's part of the reason why I'm here as well. So if anybody's got any questions about how adjudications came about last night and and needs a bit of clarity on it, then I'm happy to provide that in the broadcast as well, because if everybody's across the board on how things are going to happen, it'll make for a better race.
Yeah, I was just trying to.
Sorry, mate.
Are you going to come every week, Reg?
I'm going to try to, yeah.
Awesome. When John Van Ree gets a penalty and protest, I'm going to stand up for the league and the rules interpretation, okay?
All right, cool.
Because of that scenario that happened, Pete, the league is now removed protests.
The rules do not apply.
I'm trying to think I'll find a way to protest. I have no doubt about it. But I'll stand up for the league, all right, Reg? But
John
it'll be good. Yeah.
John can protest all he likes, but it's not going to make a scrap of difference.
That's right. Anyway, there is some good news though. Reece DeGoey has confirmed that he is in no way related to the dude we were talking about, right? So he is human, he is friendly, and doesn't belong in jail. So that's a really good thing, right?
So he sounds like a good bloke, all right.
Yeah, well, he did also say go the Chiefs for Super Rugby, so he follows the wrong code. So.
Yeah, he can stay and split. No, he can move to split 2 or 1. That's all right.
Big wobble there.
Big wobble. Bulldog survives again. Look at him go. He's getting away from his now.
So here we are, opening round of the one-on-one championship of Van Ree versus Bulldog.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
We have Van Ree in 8th and Bulldog in 22nd. What's going on, Mr. Bulldog?
No. Apparently it's been changed now. Apparently somebody is coaching Carl Pickering, and the gauntlet's been thrown down to Dave and from Carl. So I think I've been sacked.
Oh.
I've been replaced.
So it's not like the Dave versus John series.
No.
I think there's a touch of some bullshit there, John, because I think it's just basically down to the fact that you pantsed him last season, and he's worked his way through the field to somebody that he thinks he can actually
Dave.
go head-to-head with.
I was going to call the Dave versus John Van Ree series.
And I thought this was Dave's Bulldogs, go-to track. So why isn't he up there at 7th or 8th and 9th?
There was some word, because Dave is renowned for being a bit of a self-proclaimed Phillip Island specialist. but there was rumours that your pit crew actually, Mark, was seen transferring some of the sand from your car into his last night. In to slow him down.
Pete.
I might have paid him to put some in the back of Dave's car, but yeah.
It was either you or John's pit crew. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I think there was a collaboration going on there between them. So yeah.
All I know is that
on the Rallycross circuit.
I know is that Dave Phillip Island Bulldog. I didn't really see a lot of him last night.
No, didn't hear much of him either.
No, well, he did actually message me afterwards, and he asked me how I enjoyed the night, and he did also make mention of the fact that he was too scared to make a comment over the radio in case I did him for incorrect use of comms.
You knew what state I was at the start of the evening, Reg, so Dave had a chance. It was last night.
I reckon.
Are you saying you were off your head last night, John? You were a little bit intoxicated.
He'd had a few with Mr. Gunter.
The old German.
Yep.
I was more worried about my fellow race control, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I was with him all afternoon.
I thought, geez, if I have to get him out of the safety car, anything could happen.
Lucky you had off.
Another new for the season, Brett Fisher.
Yes, doing very well. Sitting here in 10th.
Yeah, I seen a lot of back of that car last night. But it was good to have someone to just follow. Yeah, I knew he was quicker, but it just sort of stuck with him. And
So most guys now starting to see a few of those second stops, 1 or 2 guys. So a few went quite deep, about 8 or 9 laps in. So those that went early were starting to see come in for their second stops.
And I feel a little bit privileged too on that 41. I got to meet Moses personally.
How many laps did the driver do that went the longest?
on the first stop.
Yeah, on a tank,
First
yeah.
stop,
Yeah.
Gander, I think it was.
Yeah, Gander. Yeah, he went 25 laps.
25, alright.
It was a fair effort.
Fair effort.
So definitely striving along well. Couple of battles. Justin Wood getting into the thick of it here with Scotty Perrins.
I've got to say,
Yeah,
I was
Stu was-
a bit confused with all the fuel stuff because I hadn't seen the V8 automatic fueling. Safety car for 2 seasons, hadn't seen it. Come into the pit lane and go, what the hell do I do here?
Scotty was a bit unlucky last night with a few internet connection issues, so kind of put him back a bit.
Oh, you live in Queensland, pay the price.
Dial DYALL. Gotcha.
Are you working with an internet provider by any chance there, Reg? Or with Pete?
No, I think Mark said that, wasn't it? I'm up in Bundy, mate. I'm in regional Queensland, so I'm noting down the names. So you're saying pay the price, right? Yeah, I do. Cost me a fortune in air conditioning. It's never cold in winter. You know, it's a hard price to pay. And every now and then a cloud rolls across, and I think it might rain. So, you know,
It's
hard
no
to live up
different.
here.
But you tell me the fishing's
Mel-
good.
Fishing's great. I just had, that's why I was late tonight. I just had some friends over. We had freshly done coral trout in panko crumbs. Yeah, really just beautiful. So,
Gig then.
yeah, caught by me off the Swains Reef. But yeah. Anybody who wants to visit Bundaberg, yeah, I'll pull out another batch of coral trout from the freezer that I personally caught, and we'll cook it up and have a good meal. But there's a challenge.
Oh, shit.
I shouldn't say that. This is Australia-wide, isn't it?
I can say the same about Mildura, and it's the winters are warm. There's always sun. There's bugger all rain, and there's a river up there we get
Fish
good
out of.
fish out of.
I'm just wondering
And
if
it's
Maddie,
not
if
quite
Maddie
as
get
hot.
credit for all you guys saying fish still.
Yeah.
I bet he-
That's why Maddie's just sitting there quietly going, ching ching, ching ching.
Fish E.
Haven't forgotten Kirby. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Only trouble is I don't get paid anything, so you can double what I get, Kirby, but it's still not much.
Double nothing's nothing.
So Bulldog's still under pressure from Scotty Perrins.
Sorry, I call bullshit. You don't catch fish. They're from a freezer.
Yeah, don't talk to me about fish.
It's been a while between drinks, hasn't it?
No, I had some fish on Monday night. About halfway an hour afterwards, my tongue started to pop up, and I had to go to hospital by 4 o'clock in the morning because the whole thing had popped up. So,
Anaphylactic shock or something.
yeah, something like that, they reckon.
Awesome. Mark, do you want to pop in next Thursday evening just before we celebrate some coral trout?
A special meal prepared for
ready
you.
for you.
Yeah, bring Betty with him so I could fill him full of rum.
Well, I'm coming.
Do fish fingers count as fish, Mark? Or
There's a packet in the freezer I'm not willing to try.
We'll see.
Ed's getting into this battle now as well.
Oh, I recall this moment right here. I believe I'm going to see one car go straight from the grass right now.
Yep, there it is. See you, Scotty.
Nostradamus?
Speaking of fish, I got one right behind me. Oh yeah, it's just try not to look in the mirror for too long.
Jace giving you a bit of a hurry up there, John.
Yeah, he was. I just seemed to get onto the straight better than he did, and then
That's what you get for driving a Mustang.
and then he was quicker through this part of the circuit than I was, and then sort of going back up through Lukey Heights, I got away again. So it's one of those ones where you just have to balance your strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly. Drive to your
Didn't you used to drive the Superior car there, John?
Yeah, and then I moved across to the Mustang just so that Baldock couldn't complain about driving a car that parody.
There's nothing wrong with the Mustang, though, boys.
And then brought Gunter across to it as well.
Mm.
He came because the LPG was cheaper.
Yeah, he bought one of the X-Cabs, yeah?
Yeah.
Decked it out himself, I heard.
Mr. Korolev, he's in a good little battle here now as well. He's caught up to the back of Brett Fisher. So he was flying. Brett's up 15 spots. Korolev's up 12.
There's a nice little group there.
Mm. It was good.
Really?
It was a good race.
Few of them across the board.
Yeah, they sort of went and came back as we sort of got closer towards the end. Then sort of after this next round of stops, everyone was where they need to be. You don't want to do that. You just let Korolev through. That opened the big door for Mike.
Just checking the grass there.
Yep.
Still there.
And then
This was an interesting few laps.
yeah, like the first stop, I'd put a lot of fuel in, just enough, left enough just so that I'd have about an 8-second stop. Do tyres. And I think there was a few guys around me that went the short stop and had longer stops. Yeah. That was interesting. It was one of these races where you were racing with people at this stage, but you didn't know if you'd be racing with these people at the end. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the guessing games of the G compulsory pit stop strategy we're using, which I think worked really well last season, and yeah,
It's taken the racing onto a different level. You've got that strategy now. You start to think about things. You start to, play the what if game. Can I? Should I?
mm,
Yeah.
And it just makes for a better all round.
Makes you think about track
really.
position. Do you give it up and then get it back later, or depends. If you're at the back, just keep topping up. Safety cars come into play, of course. So
Next season, 3 stops. Season after 4 stops.
that'd be a nightmare.
Yep.
I think I only need 4 stops when #rain actually arrives, don't we?
Yeah.
Uh,
If, when.
everyone wants the rain, but when it comes,
no one's going to want to do it when we race with it.
I can't believe people want it, because to be honest, I find it hard enough to keep this bloody thing on the track when we've got the best track temperatures that anyone can find in iRacing.
That's what I've been saying since the rain announced it. Can you imagine lap
Why do you
1,
want it
turn 1 in the rain?
What do you want it slippery for?
It'll make you better driver.
or you can imagine, Bathurst rain across the top and dry down the bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine, like, you do 3 months worth of practice to set up for a 24 or 12-hour race, and 1 hour in, a rain shower comes through, and half the track's wet, and you put it into the fence, you go, oh, that was a waste of a couple of months. Oh, yeah, it's...
And that never happened in real life, Pete Baxter. Bathurst 1992.
Oh no, it will happen in real life. That's cool. But to be honest, I struggle to keep this bloody thing on the track as it is in perfect conditions, let alone in wet. Oh, no way.
And Gen 3 is going to be worse because there's no downforce on it. Like Gen
I
3.
mean, we've got about another 10 years before that turns up anyway, so...
Well, that's going to be GT3 to GT4 type, isn't it?
Mm. Somewhere in the
Yeah,
middle.
well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we never get the Camaro.
And
I think I'll be the only person that doesn't want the Camaro.
and Dave Baldock showing his age by saying Reg is the Elliot Goblet of vets.
Jeez, that's old. That's showing your age, Dave.
Yep.
Oh, Dave,
If you can put that out there, you're showing your own age.
Mm.
There's one thing that will come with wet weather, and that will be the cars will have to have a new tyre model, even in the dry. So
Yeah.
I like Mike's,
Oh, yes.
I like Mike's
That'd be
paint.
great.
Yeah, Mike's
Nah,
paint's
look,
pretty cool.
I've done wet weather in R Factor, and whilst you can see like spits on the windscreen and stuff, and you know it's on the track, that you cannot. There's no way to tell without hours and hours of practice when the grip changes, and it makes it such a guessing game. So that's why I'm not a big fan of it in the sim world, because of the guessing game element, because the elements we don't have of driving a real car in versus being in the sim. And yeah, I've done it in another sim, and yeah, you're just like, well, it's raining, but is it raining enough? It's just a real guess, and
But everybody's going to be in the same boat.
Yep.
Yeah, I look
No,
forward
no,
to
it's
the
not.
wet
Pardon the pun.
weather. I look forward to a new tyre model more than anything.
Yeah, I think that's
Well,
the
it might-
first step.
It might be the only way we're actually going to get a new tyre model.
Is by introducing the wet weather.
Yeah.
Is that Aussie?
This car won't get a.
You
Might
won't
get
get anything new.
No,
Am I
I think it's
am I
pretty-
seeing
pretty much
Aussie
honest enough.
broadband on the side of that?
Yeah.
you did.
Oh, geez.
Well, I don't know.
Waking
The
up,
second
mate?
they introduced the current V8 supercars, the old supercars got better.
Yeah, they did.
So by introducing the next model, these cars will be even better with a newer tyre model.
Oh my!
Oh, Mike.
Kept it going, lost two.
Not quite.
Yeah, these cars will never
Dials
get a
in.
new tyre model.
One.
That's
I
your big
want it.
chance, Dial.
Oh, one in.
They're trying to Mark Scheiss has done.
Oh, the move.
See,
Oh,
side by side.
New paint scheme from the 006, is it?
Oh, where you going, Mark?
Bit of rallycross.
Oh,
Just a little
be
bit
fun.
in there.
a little
It's going to be
neck
fun
cake.
when they start simulating flat spots.
Because about now, ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk.
Yep.
Hey, Matty Monday. He's in fourth, being hunted down by Steve Lanyon now.
I did get to make a bit of a joke with iRacing stuff this week when I showed one of the graphs that I produced for the league. I showed the lap times, and the staffer said, "Oh, that guy over the right, he looks like he's in Super 2." To which I replied, "Well, technically the whole fleet is Super 2." And they said, "Well, that's not what I meant." It's like, but of course, he did acknowledge that I was right. So they know how we feel.
And you
I
know,
reckon, to be honest,
thank
that-
you.
And to be honest, they want them to.
I think
I just can't,
iRacing missed out on an opportunity there by using the old V8 supercar as a Super 2 series.
Well, I think if they could have brought out they got the V8 supercar, and they could have brought out a Super 2 series in the official,
Yeah, they could have.
which will now be a Super 3 once they eventually bring out the not the Camaro, I shall say. I'll just say Camaro.
So, Mr.
And Mustang.
Baxter and Galley into the pits. Does Adrian Zilli goes in, Matty Monday.
So according to chat, the hot combo is going to be Gen 3 plus rain at Oran Park.
Yeah, why
What a
not?
combination.
Yeah, why not? Okay, I'll take it.
Just call that the dial combo, shall we?
Yeah, I'll live with it. Yeah. Yeah.
These
I'm
two
only doing
keep
that.
going.
We've got a full field.
I'll go and get a GR86 and go and drive it on an ice rink to get ready.
Well, that's why I went out and bought Automobile Ballista, so I could drive around in the rain and just muck around. Drove it once or twice. Okay, that's fun. But it's not the same as iRacing, so I won't play it again.
Look, if the cues are there, so that you can pick them up and adjust your driving speed, I think it'll work wonderful. But in the experience I've had, it was only sort of 12 months ago, with
Oh,
R
no.
Factor in the rain, the cues are not necessarily there. So, iRacing can get it right as long as if we get the cues, then yeah, bring it on. That's all cool. But from what I've seen so far in the sim world, that the necessary cues are not there, and you don't really know how slippery it is. You don't know how much you can push until you go overboard. when it changes mid race, and that's the bit I don't like if you don't get the cues. So.
Well, at the moment, you struggle to get people to drive clean on dry racing tracks, let alone wet race tracks.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing, Dave?
I was going to say the room is just falling into a hole.
Mr.
I'm on my
Bulldog,
phone.
on the phone. Look out.
I thought I'd better come and defend myself
You're in
and
the
just say
doghouse.
you're a pack of arseholes.
Well, at the same time that Johnny Van Ree is sitting in third, right? You've come into the
Picked
yourself.
on me for like I had to go pick up my kids and I come back in and then I'm just getting picked on for 5 full laps. What the hell?
Well, if you're not here to defend yourself, what more can we do?
It's not true, Dave. It was about 7 laps.
That makes it better.
I said to my missus, I said, "Oh look, there's the car on track. It's got your name on the side and that, and then bang, it's just bash up baldy time."
Oh, was it? I was talking about how you've moved on from me to Pickering, and
After I got pantsed, apparently.
I didn't say that.
We should rename you Baldy from now on.
I've got to tell you, I got one of them back when you didn't race that round. I'm claiming
One
that
round. One round.
Just out of curiosity, Dave, because I think the magazine went out of production.
Yeah, it has.
What was the final score?
I don't know. I'm driving through a tunnel right now.
Come on, you got your ass kicked, all right?
Come on, Dave.
mate.
Let's not let the facts get in the way of a good story, mate.
Hey, that's my saying. Good stuff.
Is there any truth to the fact that it was 8-1?
I think you'll find it was 9-1. Let's get it exactly
But he cannot confirm or deny.
It can't have been 9-1.
Oh,
You didn't
big
turn up
dive.
every race.
Well, there was 10 rounds, wasn't there?
Pete with a nice overtake around the outside.
Indeed, with another lockup. Opens the door up now for the
Went
big fish.
every round, were you? I'm trying to give you one back, Dave. Okay, work with me here.
To go with my 4 drive-throughs next week.
They're
Four
coming.
drive-throughs. Did you let out a potty mouth?
The only trouble... no, it's only because I announced that Reg is doing Scops next season before he officially got to do his LGC Images little thing for it, so...
Is that Scop support or Scops?
No, he's doing Scops. Very excited. He's going to go head-to-head with Roy.
Sorry,
Good luck
Dave, let me
for Red.
interrupt. Why are we looking at 2-player 1 cars? I feel like there's something in it.
Well,
Favoritism.
well, I might just go to Chopper View. Someone's little brother.
I went
Someone's little brother
Oh,
wants to get in the action.
oh,
Play one.
I haven't heard my favourite Dutchman yet.
and they continue on. Oh, they kept going.
Now what's
I'll
Rob,
tell you what.
what's Rob trying to do?
Oh.
Get in between
They
him to
did
play one,
continue
play
on.
one.
No, Rob was actually he was coming up close to some slow cars, and he's like pulling up for them at turn 1, and then the 2-player 1 cars went around the outside, and he's still just he's still sort of working out to keep the car straight, and yeah, bit of touchy, and it was a little bit worried, but
I believe the term I used at the time was he got spooked.
that's probably fair enough.
They split him and went either side, and he's like, which way do I go?
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. And I looked at it afterwards and I said, I reckon it's 60-40, because he did because he did turn left a little bit, but, because of the way 2 cars come around him, I'm like, oh shit, that's an incident I haven't seen before in race control. I'm like, that's a new one. But, oh no, look, he had a good time. He did enjoy the race. Like he's not quite up to speed with most people, but he's having a good time being out there, and I'm going to encourage him to keep coming.
Absolutely. It won't be like every pass and bulldog on a regular basis.
Oh no, this. People would like to get around this track without causing an incident. Next to all that competition scene.
So
If people couldn't get around this track
Dave,
without causing an incident, I say good luck for next week.
Now
what,
we
Dave,
didn't have a look at
what's
this
going
either.
on, mate?
Adrian Zeal has a new bonnet.
I did.
How you
So-
doing?
So, in honour of the old Delta Force team that he was racing in, he now has Delta on the bonnet.
Hi Delta, how you doing?
Nice work from Team AJR there. Pretty impressed that Andrew knew who Delta was from over the ditch. Clifton is still sitting in 4th. I've got Lanyon in 1st at the moment. Paddy Monday.
Mick Clifton might have to change the back colour of his car a little bit because that green's very similar to what Reg uses, and I just want to smash it when I see it sometimes. Sorry, mate.
But if you've got Delta on the bonnet behind you, don't you want to slow down and let it come up close? So is it too soon?
I'd want to slam up from behind too.
Well, there you go.
Well, you just let Delta past.
Oh, look at that. Open the steering wheel, let the faster guys through. That's how it's done.
Like a pro.
Is that the great pass you were talking about that you wanted to announce last night, Dave? Or
Yeah, that was pass of the century.
I'm just saying, there's no need to hold people up. Just open the steering wheel a little bit, let them through.
Yep.
Right, so you're gonna see Rob come up, see the old Baxter chat come up. He went into the pits. He got his 17 incident points because he had a few off during the race, right? And he actually, poor fella, got a 4x from a net code, which ticked him over to 17. So he went into the pits, did his drive-through, came out, forgot to turn his pit limiter off, and said that something was wrong with his car and had to tow. So. He's learning, but it was actually kind of funny when we realised what happened after the race. So
he said that message later.
You got to start the car after you stall it.
Yeah.
So, and anyway, so he, with 10 laps to go, he decided just to call it night, and he did 75.3% of the race, and I went, oh well, you should get points. So hopefully he gets points out of that. Didn't cross the checkered flag, but yeah, he's learned a lesson about the pit lane speed limiter. Old Rob has, and he'll be back to turn it off next week.
That's his old Rob. He's young Rob.
Oh, young Rob. Yeah, I can call him an old fella, can't I? He is 50. He's in vets. Come on.
Oh, you old fellas.
He always makes the point of telling me he's the younger one.
He is the younger one. He's a smart ass too. But anyway.
Andrew Galley here, still having a good battle with Adrian Zeal.
I actually just got a message from Mr. Galley. Apparently he started his apprenticeship with my old man 28 years ago at Jeff Brady Holden. Very small world, isn't it?
Very small world.
Yeah.
I reckon I'm the young pup of the conversation tonight.
Yeah, you probably would be, Steve.
There's always one.
45 years of age. Great.
I didn't think we let 40-year-olds in this broadcast chat, John.
45, you flog. 45.
That's a decade. I'm talking about a decade, right?
You got to know who Elliot Goblet is to be in the chat.
I know who he is. He had glasses and he kept a straight face in the hat
Adrian, what have you
Saturday.
done? He's got through there. There's an incident.
And there's
Dave Galley.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what happened to Dave Galley there, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I wasn't going to show that one.
May have been a particular Craig Rose that I may have been sitting on board with.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that I may know what happened there as well.
I may have been getting a can at that time. I cannot confirm or deny. Yeah, Dave was an unfortunate victim of
fatigue, I'll call it.
a car out of control. Car out of control.
Yeah.
He's still sitting there. He's a patient man.
Reed's still doing well.
And the Hops didn't get let loose on the safety car last night?
Well, we don't know.
Typical split through safety car driver.
Still a few laps to go.
Too scared to come out on the track.
I heard he was asleep at this stage.
Actually, you'd hear him snoring at my last pit stop, so...
I heard Hoffy was still trying to clean out the safety car from the last pig that was in it.
Oh, how
Was that you, Dave? Is that
what a
you,
great
Dave? 'Cause I
move,
did
that.
let you have a drive.
Almost got it done.
Huffy split 2, was he?
Brett's having a good cracky. Hoff was doing split 3.
Was he?
Hoff was doing nothing. He had his feet up on the desk.
I never even saw him on track.
He was watching his. He was watching his protege go around.
I can confirm though that at one point I was about to look at sending a safety car out before somebody decided to free themselves inadvertently. And when I said to Hoff, "Are you ready?" he goes, "What? Huh?"
Oh, Hoff's in the safety car this season, isn't he? He's not racing.
Yeah.
Right. Mental note: when somebody asks to tow, doesn't mean a safety car's coming out.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. It doesn't mean a safety car's coming out. It just depends on where you are on the track.
Ain't no Pro Series. Bloke doing this Kazakh car in Pro Series. He's sitting there ready to go. As soon as they say get in the car, it's like the car's there down the pit
that's
lane.
right.
And they go, move down the pit lane. Already here.
I'm already out of track. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there was a couple of issues where some guys were trying to communicate last night and they just weren't coming through. So,
John Marie, can you read out Hoff's comment, please, on YouTube?
oh, what's Hoff said?
Off. You're right, Dave. Too many dildos.
What's dildo?
in the car.
What's a dildo?
Oh, dearie me. Aren't we lucky Gunter's not here?
We are. And careful next week, Hoff, because you come in on a track and I'm anywhere near you, the safety car won't make it back in.
If you ever went out in a safety car, it wouldn't have made it back in anyway.
I went out in the safety car more times than you've actually let
Oh,
a race
you
go.
did not.
Well, he might have gone on the safety car. He might not have picked up
The
the
only time
leader,
safety
but he
car
did
came out
in the
last
safety car,
season
right?
was when
I've been out in the
young
safety
Callum
car
was
more
doing
times than you've led a race.
That's not to say he picked up the leader, but he's been out in the safety
You've
car.
got nothing to say, have you, Dave?
I think 8 laps I led races for.
You won a race, didn't you,
In
Dave?
vets. I won a qualifying race.
Oh, well,
I beat Christopher Blanchard. I beat
would that be
I haven't got my spreadsheet up.
is that ex-PRA driver Christian Blanchard or?
He wishes.
I just love how you have a spreadsheet for everything on this.
Yeah, I do too.
Like Bruce has done such a great job with the stats, and it was like if Bruce falls over, Baldock's in the background.
Yeah, but I only do split 3.
I know who's doing it next
it's all
season.
about
Then.
me.
I retire.
I was going to say I asked him to do up a spreadsheet for me one time, and he told me to get stuff. So
That was when I had COVID, though, and I had heaps of time on my hands to go through every race that I've ever done.
what are you cooking?
Yeah,
No, that's
I'm hungry.
Riley.
What's
What are you
Riley
cooking, Riley? They want to know on the broadcast.
So some fun facts from Sim
Just
Hub,
stuck a finger up at me.
from Sim Racer Hub.
Not the first time.
Oh, here we
Dave.
go.
Dave has led 9 laps, so that's 9 times. I don't think he went out 9 times last season in the safety car, Mark.
Legit, Dave's led 9 laps.
Yeah,
In 134 races.
That's all right.
that's all right.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate. That's a healthy average.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say pull your finger out, but pull your finger out.
Put it in perspective, Jamie McKnight, 1482, Scotty Gamble, 1213, Craig Favell, 1041.
If you say the name that I think you're going to say, I'm going to jump through this effing phone.
Stephen Vargas,
If you say,
721.
if you say that
How many do I lead?
721.
That's all right. That's not 1400, but it's over 500. That's good.
How many laps has Mr. Dial led?
Oh, jeez, they're going to make you look. That's going to be hard to find.
You're making him dig.
Yeah.
Jeez, would be too hard after winning a race at Nord's Life.
Mark Dial has led 122 laps.
Oh, that's
a fair effort.
That's respectable.
122 laps and he still can't get the safety car around.
How many was Baldy?
Baldy,
9.
9.
And interesting enough, but Mr. Dials won 3 races as well.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But do they count when there was only 4 cars in the field?
Or when there was no lights.
No lights.
No, I didn't win that one.
Where's
You
Adrian?
tried your damnedest by turning the lights off.
If iRacing's listening, which I doubt they are, it'd be really nice to have a little drag strip.
I tell you,
So we can compare
iRacing probably isn't listening, but I bet your Siri is.
Siri. Relays iRacing for us. We want a drag strip.
So,
We want to compare takeoff
so
times.
Mark, so what you're saying is that when Vargs picks up his phone and goes to Facebook, all the ads will be for drag queens.
This is the point where I was
I haven't got
getting
drag points
quite
already in my
stroppy.
feed.
stroppy at Zealy too.
Yeah.
Because I felt he was holding me up to let his teammate through. But I found out later that he wasn't.
I just feel drag strips are really good, so we could practice our takeoffs and.
Well, I thought they were meant to. There was an announcement a couple of years ago about
There is a
using
small
the one
strip
at
at
Sonoma.
there is a small strip at Sonoma. You can line
Sonoma.
yourself up on it.
Yeah.
Line yourself up
Sonoma.
on Winton.
Is there? I know Sonoma there is, but I don't think you can actually test the times and
But they
all
were
the rest
going.
of that.
There was a video ad on it quite a few years ago.
Yeah, there's
So,
also a
Pete-
video on rain. We're not to see that yet, are we?
Pete
right.
Kelly is
That's
just
right.
reminding
That's
us
right.
there's 5 laps to go, which is good.
The number that not shall not be named might be 51 laps. But that may be the number of laps led by someone that doesn't want them mentioned.
Yeah, I gathered that. I was being nice to him.
Yeah,
Why start
he
now?
didn't
Nice,
like.
come on, don't hold punches.
How many split 2 races has John Van Ree been in? Because I was in 2 seasons of split
I'm just
2.
looking.
Just
Just
saying.
looking.
Oh,
Just
big
looking.
dive, big dive.
That was when there was only 2 splits.
No, excuse me. When we went to 3 splits in V8 Vets, I did the first 2 seasons in split 2, and John Van Ree was in split 3. Just saying.
What happened to you?
Just saying.
What happened?
So what you're saying is he's improved more than you have so far to this point.
I'm driving through a tunnel. I can't hear you.
It's a long tunnel.
It's the fact that I have 3 teenagers in my house and I'm not allowed to practice. And one of them's sticking a finger up at me right now. Actually, 2
Sam.
fingers.
And is the first word stay with F and the second one second? Second
Yeah,
one 0. Oh,
that's about it.
A good little battle here of Coraliff and Chin. Sort of slowly catching Mark and slowly getting away from Jason, which was a tough little battle at this stage in the race.
But it's getting close. I think I might have to tap into a certain very fast teammate that we've got, and I might have to ask him for some advice.
Mate,
Who?
John said to you many
The other
times.
days.
John has said to you many times that he'll help you out, Dave.
I don't have a John Van Ree logo on the side of my car. I'm just saying.
But do you speak German though to get that
I may
driving
have
coach to help you?
I may have an FU John Van Ree logo on my car.
I thought you were going to say an F4.
Anyway, we'll keep rolling along. Brett Fisher's still fighting away in his first race here. He's up 10 spots in the 14th, tucked right up behind fellow debutant Reese DeGoey. So these boys have had a good little battle here to finish off their race, staying in front of the one and only Mr. Mark Dial.
Some of the boys that were out there for the first time last night actually were on quite a good show. If that's a sign of things to come for the season, it's going to be a very healthy split 3.
Come on, Will Munro. We're not making it all about me. Although it's all about me.
What about me? It isn't fair.
Coraliff's doing a good battle there.
I don't know whether Roy'd be able to stay on the track long enough to help Baldy out.
That is a true question.
Would that be ex-PRA driver Roy Clark?
Yes, that would be.
So how many ex-PRA drivers are there in vets, Dave? It's a question I've been meaning to ask for a while.
That'd actually be an interesting statistic if only we knew somebody that could work that out.
Get close onto that one.
Mr. Lenyon, the boy from Bort, Victorian Northern Central boy,
Oh,
starts his
Victorian,
last
is he?
lap. Yep.
What a good bloke. He's muted himself, but good bloke all the same.
Unfortunately, had a little bit too much pace at the end there for me, but I was just trying to keep the thing on the track and not get any off tracks. So I managed to get 5 bonus points, which is good.